Hi, this is Sheila Griffith with Zeloso Health. I am excited to present to you Spring Cleanse, Detox, Reset, Renew with doTERRA essential oils and all of our beautiful supplements that can get us detoxifying, cleansing, and recharging ourselves really quickly and easily, effortlessly to focus and support both our physical body, our emotional, mental, spiritual body, and then combining those two, the physiological body, the different processes that are going on in all of our organs. So we are all three aspects in our being. We have beautiful and amazing support for you right here. So I just want to ask you, you came because you want to work on some aspect of yourself. Maybe you have a symptomology that's going on. Maybe your sleep isn't as good as it could be, or you know that you ate rich food and didn't get enough aerobic exercise this winter. Why? I'm asking you, why did you come? What are you interested in? And do you really know how much is possible with these amazing plant tools from the planet that are so harmonious with us? So I hope that you do, at least by the end, if you don't already, at least by the end of this, have a gist of how much power and support there is out there from me, from our team and the community of doTERRA, as well as in the oils and the supplements. It's really amazing how beautiful it is. So thank you for coming. And we will move into the PowerPoint here. And I am going to start with talking about toxicity. So let's start with my education and all of this. When I was around 17, I was diagnosed with something big and bad that could affect my future health and life in the future, and what was going to happen in my life and in the future. And I was told by my father that if I wanted to do it naturally, which I did, I had 3 months to fix it. And if I didn't fix it in 3 months, he was coming to grab me. He was getting on a plane and jumping and taking me to the doctor himself. Well, my mother and I had already contacted a naturopathic doctor who said she could absolutely help me. And that is what really got me going. My mother ate a lot of vegetables and white fish. When I was a kid, I was from the Midwest, and I was being taught all kinds of other things and being spoiled rotten, being the only child by my grandparents. And so there were all kinds of different food choices for me. And basically, I learned about detoxification from the naturopathic doctor. I did not do it well when I was 17. After I ended with her, I went on to do a 3-day water fast. That's the worst thing that you can do when you're detoxifying. And then I ended it with a Chinese buffet. I was 17. I was really hungry. My GI tract was not happy. I did not do myself any favors with that. But I learned a ton in that time, and it started me on the path, and I have continued to do many different kinds of cleansing because there's different kinds of toxins, right? We might have toxins in our GI tract internally because of bad bacteria, because of eating too much sugar. They're producing their own waste and byproduct that's affecting us. Externally, there's so many different products that are putting on our skin, or we're wearing on our clothes, or we're sleeping on our mattresses, right? The list goes on. So eat a lot of green vegetables, get out in nature as much as you can, and twice a year, support yourself with different supplements and herbs and oils at least twice a year, but especially then, because that's when the seasonal energy around cleansing, releasing, and detoxifying is happening. If we think about the end of the winter, it's been this long, slow, sleepy, cold time for a lot of us. And now we're coming into more sunlight, more energy, green sprouts. Our bodies are wanting to do the same thing in this time of year. So it's a beautiful time of year to let go, mobilize toxins and release them. And the same thing for a lot of us. It gets really hot in the summer and we're busy recreating and different things. So you can cleanse in the summer, but it's a little bit better in the fall. Again, we're going to release the different heat energies that have been happening over the summer in that mid time when it's not too hot and it's not too cold before we go into that winter season. So lots of different support for toxicity in our houses, in what you're eating, and as well as in all of our products here. So where do we really want to focus on releasing toxins? So our skin, your skin is your largest organ. You're breathing through it. The more fresh air it can get and be open to fresh sunlight and air, the better for it. What you're putting on top of it obviously is having a huge reaction. And I knew how powerful our skin was, how permeable it was. But before doTERRA, I didn't really get it. Looking at pictures of slides where the bottom of our feet are our largest pores, and it's this direct highway up into the system, and seeing how the essential oils are affecting our bloodstream in minutes with a live blood cell analysis, you really get this understanding that the oils can penetrate your skin and quickly and easily have huge effect there for us. So the biggest place, your skin is amazing and we do need to focus on that, but the biggest place to focus in elimination organs and detoxification is your digestive tract. They say that 70 to 80% of our society doesn't realize that they have digestive tract issues, and I find a lot of that with my clients. So we're going to dive deeper into it, but know that that is absolutely the first place that you want to work, and there is huge support in it between lifestyle and supplements to help it really be healthy and working really functionally really well, which is what we all need. So your kidneys, toxins are conjugated by your kidneys. So there are 3 different pathways of detoxification in the body to metabolically cleanse your cells. So phase 1 is when the toxins are being stirred up in the system and they're running around like little Pac-Men wanting to be paired with nutrients in that second phase. So that second phase is really important, and a lot of us we're missing out on the nutrients that we need to pair with the toxins. So then they're running around stealing them from other places. So getting the right nutrients in for detoxification is super important. And a lot of people don't realize that these are actually different nutrients here. And phase 2 is really important because if you don't get them paired from 1 to 2, then they can't be conjugated by the kidneys in phase 3. So nutrients and protein are very important in detoxification. We have a lot of good support for kidneys with our essential oils. So behind the GI tract, your liver. Number 2 for detoxification and support. We all need it in our society because the liver has so many jobs and is so responsible for cleaning your blood, producing hormones. We'll talk more about it later, but it's number 2 behind the digestive tract. And if you're working on those 2, a lot of systems and harmony, you're going to be supported really well in your body. So number 5, the respiratory system is huge. Lungs, breathing, all of that is really important. I'm not going to talk a huge amount about that, but know that the oils are oxygenating to the system. And so that's really important for us. And what I don't have on here is your lymphatic system, which is really amazing and supportive. And also your emotional, spiritual aspect, mindset. It is really important too. So we want to be healthy in all of these different ways. So what I love about doTERRA, the company and the people that are running it, is how much they believe in all of the fundamentals, and they absolutely put them first in us taking care of ourselves, right? Eating right first, which is huge for detoxification, getting exercise, getting movement, resting, and managing your stress, which the oils help us do so well, reducing our toxic load. They're amazing. Informed self-care, and then proactive medical care. So they're a small amount in what we really want to be doing is really doing the fundamentals right. And so getting enough sleep is really important, and then drinking enough of that water. So I have to add in here right now, how much water are we supposed to be drinking per day? And are we all really doing that pretty consistently? So some of us do it really well for a while and then we back off. Some people don't do it at all. But basically what you can know is that we use up and we need to process our wastes and food. Anything that you put in your mouth besides herbal tea takes water to process it. We use up 6 to 10 8-ounce glasses of water a day, which is why they give you the adage, take your body weight, I'm 120 pounds, cut that in half, 60 pounds, and that equates to ounces. So you want to drink half of your body weight in ounces per day. And if you're not doing that at least 5 days a week or more, you're in trouble. You're running around with toxic sludge in your system. It's like an old gnarly stream that you come upon that doesn't have any fresh water coming into it, and it's dank and it's dark and it's murky, and you do not want to drink it. Well, the same thing. You want to be flushing through. We're made up. Our brains are like 80% water. Our bodies are like 70%. We look really solid, but we're not. Please get enough water inside of you. So essential oils. Yay! They're so amazing. I've got them right here. I use them several times a day in all kinds of different ways, which is what I really love about them. So to get down to the basics of essential oils, what I really want you to understand about them is that they are these beautiful golden orbs of plant molecules that are so powerful for us. They have a vibrational energy that is really high, and a lot of toxins and lifestyle and poor eating choices are really low vibrational, and it's dragging us down, it's stagnating us. And the essential oils come in and they're resonating, they're vibrating at this really high frequency. And so they're adding that into on top of wherever you need it in your system. They're uplifting, whether you're smelling and that's working on your brain, or whether you're topically putting it on an area your digestive tract needs some support. They're gonna go in there and vibrate and uplift whatever is not happening well for you. So know that they have this high vibrational energy that is really powerful for uplifting ours. And then the other, there's a couple of things, but one of the big ones is that they really cross that cell membrane very easily. So they're a fat, and your basic cell membrane is a fat, as well as the fact too that they're a small molecular makeup. So they can go across that fat soluble wall there and support our cells in this really amazing way. And what a lot of us don't realize is that it's called epigenetics. And so basically all the different plastics and toxicity that are happening in our environment, they're going upon our genes, and they're affecting our genes. They're either adding on to the end of the gene or on top of the gene, and they're making the gene express itself in a weird way that it's not supposed to be. And so the essential oils are helping support us genetically to have a healthy expression of our genes, which is really, really amazing and fantastic. Us smelling them is having this neuroendocrine effect down on the rest of our body. So they talk about if you've ever heard of the wheat belly diet, the book, or the gut and brain connection, your brain is your second gut. They're talking to each other. They're communicating together, and that when we're working on either one, the other one is healthier. It's really fun, you guys, really amazing. So the oils are very adaptogenic. They're very similar to our DNA, and they work to really up level. Our bodies want to be healthy. They're always working to find this state of homeostasis. They want us to be healthy, and the oils just come in and help them do that. And then, the fact that they're so pure, there's no junk in them, and that they just support us, and that they support us for our mind, body, and spirit is really amazing. So loving our essential oils, and use some today. Let's see here. I think I forgot to move that slide. Okay, so we're going to start with the digestive tract, because this is the number one for me, and I have had huge support myself. So the biggest things I want to tell you here is that a lot of us don't realize how much we're supposed to be going. Number two, basically every time after you eat, 30 to 60 minutes, you should be going number two. So most of us don't realize that we should be going 3 to 4 times a day. And a lot of us think once we start doing it that we're having, it's happening too rapidly, and it's not the right thing. Some people that are only going once every 3 days know that they're in trouble and know that they should be going more often. But most people think once a day is fine, and it's really not fine. Basically, you have a transit time. By the time you digest your food in your stomach, it goes into your small intestine, and we have nutrient acquisition there, and then it goes into your small intestine, and we take up some water and minerals. This is potentially a 12-hour time, and so this can happen too quickly, and it can happen too slowly, and neither one of those are good. And the big thing to know is that when we're not properly breaking down our nutrients in our stomach in this very acidic environment, that everyone thinks that they have too much acid, and a lot of times it's the opposite, we're not breaking down our protein and our different nutrients well, then the nutrient acquisition isn't happening in our small intestine. All these little cilia hairs are sticking up in the lining of our intestines, that when we spread them out, they could be a football field. And for a lot of people, those little hairs that are supposed to be standing upright and nutrients are supposed to be taken in all over the hairs, they're fallen down and they're flat. And then there's much smaller area of surface where the nutrients are being taken in, and we're just in trouble. The other really big thing that's happening here is called leaky gut syndrome. So the macromolecules that are only supposed to be inside the bloodstream, the cells come apart, and the macromolecules leak across, and they go into your bloodstream where micromolecules only are supposed to be. And then we get into trouble in our bodies, and we can have joint problems, all kinds of different things. So we really want to support this. Food combining, if you're having bloating or gas or anything, one of the first things that you can do is do some proper food combining. So basically, you want to only eat green vegetables in general, with starches or proteins. You don't want to combine your starches and your proteins, because they digest the starches really quickly and the proteins really slowly. If you go in and you add a bunch of sugar on top of that, you're going to cause some fermentation to happen. Your protein digestion isn't going to happen as well. And so properly food combining is one of the easiest and quickest things. And basically, in a single meal, only do that, right? Because that single meal is going through your tract, and then it moves on, and then you go eat the next meal, and it should be in the stomach optimally by itself, or at least the last meal was leaving. So that's one of the best things. I'm really into fermented foods, so look into them. I have friends that make their own. You can drink different drinks, a lot of good support there. And then what's really fun is the PB Assist. So we have this amazing, I call it fun because it's so so powerful. The PB Assist is a really, really high-level probiotic that has a prebiotic. It's green because it has a prebiotic on the outside of it, and they work together. So prebiotic foods are onions and garlic. I think maybe artichoke is in there. And so they support that cellular wall. They help you digest your food, and they're really important because a lot of us have high levels of bad bacteria and not enough good bacteria. And without that good bacteria, your gut isn't working right, your nutrition isn't working well, and your brain isn't working as well. So some of the other really amazing products with doTERRA are the Digest Zen essential oil. So there's a Digest Zen soft gel you can take without having to taste anything. You can drink it in water. You can put it in your own little gel capsule. And then lastly, you can get the Digest tab. It's a little calcium carbonate and the different herbs in a tab. Love this, you guys. Go to the bathroom quickly, easier, support a rich meal. Sierra Grace's stomach isn't feeling good. She doesn't really like the taste, but she knows how quickly it works and supports her, so she's willing to put up with it. And I quickly give her something to get rid of that flavor afterwards. So digestive tract is number one. Please look into different ways that you can support it and start to learn about some of the symptomology too of what might be happening for you down there. So I probably have already talked about this, but there's a lot of different chemicals out there that are not treating your digestive tract well. 60 to 80% of your immune system is in your digestive system. Lack of nutrient absorption compromises immune system, your mood, and your brain function. And there are oodles and caboodles of studies. One of my favorite books on this is, I'm not seeing it, I probably lent it to somebody, Russell Blaylock, Neurotoxins, The Taste That Kills. That's one of my favorite books on this. And basically nutrient lack of nutrients in our system, malnourished, and or toxic cell equals illness. And the big thing for you to know is that a lot of us are low in the basic nutrients that we need. So when we work on our GI tract, we're going to have more of them. So we're going to move to the liver. I love talking about the liver, probably because I'm sort of livery in my system. I have had some different conditions that have given my liver not a lot of great support in the past. So I support it pretty much daily for like the last 10 years with some things that I'll talk about later here. But basically what you can know is that it has 300 to 500 different jobs in the body. It is really this big cleanser of our blood and guides the flow of fluids and nourishment, partially because it produces bile and works so specifically with the gallbladder to help with your digestion. And when the liver is happy, your hormone levels are happy, and that is so important for us. So it stores energy. It gets stagnant easily. A lot of us don't realize in our society how fast we're running, how much stress there is, how much refined food, rich food for certain people, and a lot of people is really hard on it. So some of the liver heat symptomologies are being red in the face, red on the top of your tongue, having anxiety and or anger, and or high blood pressure. So work on liver support and you'll support all of these different areas. It really likes green steamed vegetables, light, clean food, foods that are like watercress, onion, radishes, basil, mince, sour foods, artichoke, whole grain brown rice, less protein, less animal protein in particular, turmeric. So it likes all of those different things. And it likes to rest and be happy also, the liver does. So going on to the next slide. The liver processes, the Chinese organ model here shows us that the gallbladder and the liver process in the middle of the night. Over here on the left, between 11 and 3, if you're waking up consistently in the middle of the night, between 11 and 3, you could probably really stand to support your gallbladder and your liver. And so that kind of shows you, you can look at the different times here of when you can support these different areas in the body with specific oils or nutrition. So I like to help support my liver by taking the Zendocrine complex as I'm going to bed, somewhere between 8 and 11, and getting that into my system to support that processing of the liver in the middle of the night. So let's move on to the kidneys real quick here. I'm not going to spend a ton of time here, but juniper berry is one of your biggest oils to support. I love to mix it with grapefruit. You could use grapefruit by itself. All of the citrus oils are going to support your kidneys, and then also we can add in there geranium and clary sage too, which I love to drink. Geranium, I drink it in water, I drink it in tea, I drink a lot of different oils quite consistently, and really enjoy that aromatic as well as internal application. And then the other really important one that's amazing is the adrenal blend. So in a 10 ml roller bottle, you're going to take 20 drops of rosemary, 20 drops of clove, 5 to 10 drops of basil if you want. The basil makes it smell yummier, but I did it forever with rosemary and clove by itself. But it smells amazing with the basil, you guys. And then you fill the rest up with fractionated coconut oil, and then you roll that over your mid-back. So right below the bra line on either side of your spine. And then, I just roll that once or twice. You could leave it there, but I tend to take my hand and just rub it farther, because the more surface area that the oil spread onto, the more they're going to be soaked into your system and work more powerfully. So some really good support here. Make sure you get in a lot of water too. So citrus oils are the biggest and easiest things that you can start with. And a lot of us have this around, and sometimes we're drinking them and sometimes we're not. Sometimes we're just diffusing them or using them topically. Putting them on the bottom of your feet is really powerful, and then putting them in your water. You can get a closed glass only when drinking our citrus oils, especially, I think all oils, but especially citrus. And that way you don't have to use as many oils. The oxygen isn't getting to them. And it's a really good way to have a closed glass container. So all of the citrus oils are high in limonene, and you've got quite a few different ones. You've got bergamot, grapefruit, wild orange, lemon. I'm not sure if lemongrass is really in that family. It's probably not, that it comes from a grass. But we've got quite a few different ones. And they are, that limonene helps upregulate glutathione, and glutathione really supports your liver. So basically human biofuel, right? These citrus oils are going to cut through the sludge and the debris in your system, and they're just going to wash it out. So if you tend to get a lot of grease on your hands, if you work in the automobile industry or some kind of industry like that, this is going to be really supportive for you or those people in your life. All of the citrus oils are uplifting your spirits, but they're also relaxing you at the same time. And that's, all of our oils, they're so diverse chemically that they're supporting you in so many different ways. One aspect of the oil will bring you up and lift you up and excite you. And then another aspect of it will bring you down and relax you and drop you down. And they'll keep doing that, right? So they don't go and just up-regulate, and they don't go and just down-regulate. They have this beautiful wave that, like I said, it's so adaptogenic to us. So the citrus oils are alkalizing you, which is detoxifying you, and your cells say, yes is what they say. They say they love this, and that acidity is really not our friend. So most of us are living with too much acidity, unless you're really making a huge effort to work on it, which hopefully you will now that you have these tools here. So they're aiding your digestion, they're an appetite suppressant, and they're cutting through that old sludge that we want to mobilize and move out of our system vibrationally as well as physically. So here's some recommended ideal amounts. I would take a screenshot of this real quick here so you can see the adult amounts there and the child amounts. And so, we've got the mean average. What I really recommend for you starting at a lower level with our, the oils and the supplements, and then moving up and giving yourself time. And you'll quickly see how you're feeling. If you right away start having a few symptomologies like some headaches or some irritation, mental irritation, or brain fog, you know that your body is detoxifying, and just back off a little bit. If you get some gut sensitivity, just back off a little bit and do some research. I really highly recommend that you don't just quit all the way, but you back down, and you really trust yourself. You listen and you do some research to find out what you need, because everyone is different. We all have had different experiences in our life, and where we are at that particular time in your life might be different than another time in your life or for another person. So please support yourself there, and know that the oils are very safe and gentle. So when we're looking at the foundations of our health, we're looking at this basic cellular health. Metabolically cleaning and supporting our cells is what we want to do, and the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack is absolutely the place to start with that. This is the foundation of your health. I sold 4 different doctor's line only supplements before being introduced to the supplements of doTERRA, and I was blown away when I finally looked at this because of the high quality and the level of nutrients and how many there are in each of these 3 different bottles. And that what I really want to tell you is that the way that they're paired together, I used to sell people like 12 bottles to get all of this goodness that was in here. And that's very hard to get people to be committed to 12 bottles a day. Some people think it's a stretch for 3 bottles, but this is so foundational. So let me explain that to you really quick, what's going on here. So we're really starting from the outset here with the Microplex MVP. This is your whole food multivitamin. Basically what that means is that we've got a certain nutrients and amount of nutrients that are paired with the other ones that are cofactors from them, and that these are really coming from food. This is food, supersized, condensed, I'm not coming up with the right word, concentrated. This is food concentrated right here. You can detoxify just with food, but the problem is that most of us don't have the proper digestive tract that's going to work well enough to do it with just food. We are not going to be committed to eating the nutrients that we need for the length of time that we need. And so adding these supplements in is really powerful. So the whole food multivitamin is amazing with essential minerals and different nutrients. And then we go to the E omega. And so the simplicity of this is that it's a land and sea omega. And you don't see that a lot. And our seas are getting fished out, and having that land aspect is powerful both for us as well as for the planet. And then the other big thing about it is that it has astaxanthin in it. So that is both an omega and an antioxidant at the same time. And you know that word antioxidant is really powerful for us. So then we move on to the Alpha CRS. This is personally my favorite, and this was one of the biggest products that I used to sell some of the nutrients in here. are some of my favorites. So this is your cellular anti-aging vitality complex. I have seen skin pop and glow in a couple of weeks upon taking this. I have seen people's energy levels be consistent. I have experienced my own daughter. I started her on a low level of all three of these, basically one of the alpha and the micro, and then two of the omega when she was 7.5. And what I saw was that she would just wake up easier and more clear in the morning, and her connection with me was really different before. And I had her on good supplements supporting her because she came into this world from me and her father, right? Everyone has different stuff going on. I knew she needed some support. But then I saw some skin stuff going on with her, and I put her on this, and it shifted really quickly. It was crazy. So Alpha CRS has the two main things to know about are that it's really supportive to your liver, and then it also has N-acetyl-R-cysteine, which is huge liver support, energy. You'll be blown away if you look it up online. And then also alpha CRS. So alpha CRS and N-acetyl-R-cysteine are these huge liver supporters, which we all need, and especially men over 50. So start with the Lifelong Vitality Pack, you guys. Get on this for a month, and also do some enzymes, do a little bit of Zendocrine that I'm going to talk about here in a minute, and use those as the foundation of your detoxification support with drinking some citrus oils. And then if you want to deep dive with me in my program that I'm going to talk about at the end of this, there's going to be a lot more support for you too. But that is a really powerful way to start, just with a Lifelong Vitality Pack, Terrazyme enzymes daily, and the Zendocrine detoxification complex pill, not the oil. I love the oil too, but I would start with the complex. Another place to get support in doTERRA with detoxification, if you're not doing any juicing, which I really highly recommend if you're wanting to do some cleansing in the spring, is doing some juicing of mostly greens, but is to get these Terra greens into your system. If you're traveling a lot or traveling at all and you can't juice, I take this camping, you can just simply put some Terra greens into some water, and you are getting that green food, that alkaline, that detoxification, the digestive health, the weight management, essential nutrients really quickly and easily. So this is a shake that I do quite often. I'm sorry, I didn't have a container of the vegan protein powder. That's a rice and pea protein, or maybe it's just pea. I think it's both rice and pea. That's the white in the bowl. And then I've got the Terra greens on top of that. I've got the chia seeds over there. And then I've got the raw cacao powder. So it's just loaded with antioxidants. It gives it a little bit of chocolate flavor, which I love. I don't use it all the time, but sometimes I do. And then I'm a big believer in raw egg yolks. So basically, you are going to have a healthy experience with a raw egg yolk if you buy a high quality egg that's free range and vegetarian fed. And you take that egg and you break it into a bowl. So you're not getting any bacteria that's on the outside of the egg is really where the issue is with bacteria in eggs. And then you scoop out that yolk and you put it into your shake. And you can do the white, but if you do it long term, it interferes with an aspect of B vitamin intake. So I did that for a long time before I learned, and then I stopped doing that. And basically, the yolks are so powerful for us. They're bioavailable protein really quickly and easily into your system, and they're loaded with B vitamins. And we need B vitamins for detoxification, and that's also in the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And we also need that protein. So right off the bat, first thing in the morning, you're going to help yourself detoxify. You're going to help with weight management with those egg yolks. You're going to help with toxicity. Women, if you go and dye your hair, do a bunch of egg yolks. Do 3 egg yolks the night before, 3 egg yolks that morning, 3 egg yolks that evening. You're going to help with that toxicity that's on your head. So sometimes I add some wild orange orange into it or some lime. Probably lime and wild orange are my favorite. Some people add lemon. There's other oils. Delicious, amazing, easy, quick alkalinity for you there. So speaking of the lemon, we've got the Zendocrine essential oil, which is tangerine, rosemary, geranium, juniper berry, and cilantro. So I take 1 capsule of these. There's a soft gel also in the morning. And then I take that Zendocrine, I don't have the picture of it here, but the detoxification complex at night. And it actually lives by my bed. I grab my probiotic in the refrigerator as I'm going to bed for Sierra Grace and I, and then I grab the complex as I get into bed with my water, and I take it there, and that way I don't forget it. So we're looking at really amazing support here. Anger, rage, self-pity, disappointments, and then physically, polymer, toxins, sludge, and mold. So it supports healthy cleansing and filtering functions of your liver, your kidneys, your colon, your lungs, and your skin. So that's all of them, right? As well as getting that delicious smell of it. You can topically put it over your liver. Really amazing support here also on the bottom of your feet with the oil. So lots of different ideas for you here, and you just kind of have to use your intuition of how much support do you need, how quickly, and I really encourage you to start slow. If you want to be really fundamental and foundational, start with the Lifelong Vitality Pack. After you've been taking that for a little while, right off the bat, you could add in the Terrazyme and the detoxification complex, but I wouldn't add in everything here. So here's doTERRA's 30-day full cleanse, and I wouldn't start all of this at once with the Slim and Sassy here and the GX Assist, what they're calling here the intestinal tract cleansing formula. I wouldn't start all that at once. For most people, that's going to be too much, but starting with a couple of them and then working your way into it, and we can have a lot more specific conversations, or whoever sent you to this video, have those conversations with them. Do your own research and listen to yourself. Really powerful support here. I really love the fact that doTERRA cares so much about us and the planet that they're willing to put all this time and energy for us to know about it. And honestly, I learned over years all of this information that I have seen people learn in hours in workshops. So it's really wonderful what's available to us. And I just wanted you to know. So I hope you're enjoying this. Here's my daughter in bed with her sleep pad there for her eyes, fulfilling her beauty sleep, and using the oils on the bottom of your feet, which is this highway right up into your system. So if you don't want to take oils internally for some reason currently, then put the oils on the bottom of your feet, get them up and around your head and your neck as you're going to sleep to help aid your sleep and therefore your rest and therefore your detox. Really powerful and wonderful. Self-care equals self-love. Self-love equals self-care. So working on our mindset, our emotional aspect that the oils do so powerfully, and also by giving ourselves daily affirmations. And there's many ways to learn about this. Dr. Susan Lawton's book here, Living Healthy and Happily Ever After, has amazing affirmations and different oil treatments for different aspects of your life that you can go and use those oils and read them to yourselves. And here's a simple one that Aisha Harley's team put together that I have on my bathroom mirror, and I encourage you to do also. So it says, I am enough. I am worthy and deserving. I forgive you. I trust you. I allow myself to receive. I am healthy and vibrant. I love you. So I encourage you to look yourself in the mirror and say that first thing in the morning. It's going to help you on rough days. It's going to spark up all of your days, and especially at night as you're going to bed and the whole day has progressed along, and we're not perfect and we make mistakes. So sometimes we need to forgive ourselves. Sometimes we just plain need to forgive ourselves for not being perfect, right? If you're in that realm at all. I can relate with that. So read this, do some mirror affirmations, use whatever oil your intuition tells you to use, and love yourself because we love you. So I want to take a group of people into a deeper cleanse. I've done this individually for many people for 6 to 8 years now. I've had huge success, but being in community with it, supporting each other, having everyone to talk to and doing it together is really powerful. And so I'm really excited to bring this to you. I'm going to start it a little later than I was here, May 3rd to May 24th. So this beautiful month, 21 days for $99. And basically, I'm going to teach you what I know about Chinese medicine theory and eating and detoxification and anti-aging and disease and the different steps toward it, all of that in this, as well as taking you through what we just talked about with the different nutrients at whatever level you choose to do. And I'm going to teach you 3 to 5 different ways of going even deeper than I've spoken about today. So you're going to get 5 to 7 hours of coaching time in these 4 different calls. And so it sort of depends on how long the question and answer goes on after the call. And then plus you're going to have a manual, and I'm pretty hardy in my manuals. So you're going to have that to download and have for yourself there on after, and do this again in the future. So if you want to jump in on this, please let me know. And I look forward to seeing you there. I am also starting a basics oils webinar, Nature's Medicine Cabinet class. That's going to be on Wednesdays at 12 a.m. So please invite your friends and their friends' if they want to learn more about oils. We're starting to do that Wednesdays at noon at my chat room there, and that will also be on my Facebook groups too. And then if you're wanting to share oils, if you know people that need this support, lifestyle change, and what have you, and you want to share oils this month, we also have, I'm going to give you a free lifelong vitality pack if you enroll 4 people in the month of April. So we have 2 weeks left. We totally have time to do that. If you want to have a party or a get together, or you need help with one-on-ones, you want to do long distance one-on-ones here on the Zoom, I'm totally available. And that, so from me, you'll get the lifelong vitality pack. And then if you did enroll 4 new members in the month of April, you would get a free bottle of jasmine. So rose and jasmine are both really mystical, high vibrational energy oils. They say that 1 drop of our oil of rose can affect 30 to 40 people energetically, vibrationally in a room. Really powerful. Really fun stories with jasmine and a couple that I know. The man was really an oil skeptic. She got a bottle last year of free jasmine, and she rubbed it on his feet, and they had a really great experience. Dogs love jasmine, and they actually calm down with it, and that we have this whole team of dog lovers and rescuers, and they have had huge support with the jasmine. That team can't get enough jasmine to help calm down all of their dogs there. So you can see here that if you enrolled 11 people in April, you would get both jasmine and rose, and you're looking at like a $500 value. And we don't sell rose or jasmine. They're gifts. The company is gifting them to you for you bringing the gift of essential oils and all the wealth of that into other people's lives. So that is how, because it takes so many, I think it takes 44 roses to get one drop of essential oil. Our oils are pure. There is no junk. There is no carrier oils in them. And a lot of companies say that they have pure rose out there, and it's really not. The next step down to the rose is geranium. They call that poor man's rose. So we've got that. We've got some fun stuff here. Please let me know if you want to get in on that, sharing and earning. And I just really wish the best for you. Blessings, light, and love. I care about you. And so does the person that they sent you this, because we share within our team education and support. So please get back to them and ask them questions. Of course, I'm here to support you and them. So here's my contact information. If you're not on my Essentially Veil private Facebook group for oils, go find me there or let me know. I would love to let you into that. And otherwise, you can get me at 970-376-2804 or Sunny Sheila, that's SHEILA, at me, that's me.com. I look forward to seeing you soon. Namaste. I wish you many blessings, much health, a beautiful, clean spring. Thanks for coming, everyone. Namaste.